Calgary Investment Summit 11
11.
finale. You made it. Welcome.
Woo!
I like that guy. I like that guy.
It seems like just yesterday it was 10.
Yeah, it was. It was 10 not long ago.
Okay, yeah.
Not long ago. Yes, so this is a Startup TNT Summit 11 back on stage here at beautiful Platform Calgary.
Whoop, whoop.
My name's Adrian. I'm the Startup TNT Calgary lead. I'm one of the investors at Startup TNT. Once upon a time, we pitched to Startup TNT. We got an investment from Startup TNT. And it's my pleasure to introduce my co-MC this evening, a man who, it's odd introducing you in your house, but the man who is the CEO of Platform Calgary, Mr. Terry Rock. Terry, introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Platform. How many people are here for the very first time in this place? Woo, woo. Wow, welcome. Welcome. This is a trusted community of people who build new things that solve real problems, the people that want to help those people, and people who want to make Calgary the best place for anyone to build new things and solve problems. So thank you for being here today, and thank you to Startup TNT for being here.
No, thank you. Thank you for having us. Yeah, no, we've been awesome partnership. Love Platform. I think it's true that we actually did the very first event on this stage. Is it not?
You did the first public event. That is correct. Just post-COVID, helped us open it. And here we are.
For those of you who were here just 5 weeks ago, April 3rd, 4 weeks ago, I guess, April 3rd, the co-MC there, that was Alina. She won that summit. And she was the very first pitch on this stage because she was the first one to go up.
Amazing. May 3rd is my 7th anniversary of doing all this stuff. Coming right up. Crazy. Time flying. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So some quick housekeeping. We're here in Platform. I mean, I'm going to describe Terry's house to you guys all. In case of an emergency, there are exit doors all over the ground floor, but please do not run down these stairs. We have seen some people nearly fall.
Near misses.
Near misses. One of our investors nearly fell. He caught himself.
That was before we had railings, though.
That's true. Also, washrooms. We have an accessible washroom right down below where we're standing here. Right down below. And then there's washrooms up by here behind the screen. You can find more washrooms. And with that, I think I'm going to pass it back to you, Terry.
Thank you very much, Adrian. Well, okay, so this is a place that is very, very focused on the future. We're on the KPMG pitch stage. It is the stage that launches 1,000 startups. But we also think a lot about where are we going, where have we been from? You can't build without a strong foundation. And so this place is actually 900 meters away from the confluence of the Bow and the Elbow River, where this whole place got started. The land called Mokinsis, where the two rivers meet together. And we always want to start with a land acknowledgement, so that in the spirit of respect, reciprocity, and truth, we honor and acknowledge the traditional Treaty 7 territory and oral practices of the Blackfoot Confederacy, Siksika, Kainai, Piikani, as well as the Ojai, Nakota, and Tsuut'ina nations. And we acknowledge that this territory is home to the Otemaiswak government, Métis government regions 5 and 6 within the historic Métis homeland. This has been a meeting place for thousands of years. And here we are now continuing that tradition of meeting, so we just want to start with that and hope that we can all go on a journey of reconciliation, looking forward, remembering where we've been. Thanks, Adrian.
No, thanks, Terry. No, Terry's mentioned the original peoples of this land were the original storytellers of this land, and tonight we're going to be hearing the stories of some founders, their journey, how they got here, the companies that they're building, but also tell the quick Startup TNT story.
Yes.
Startup TNT was started in Edmonton on Zach's birthday in 2019. He got permission from his partner to host a happy hour for 1 year every Thursday, where entrepreneurs, investors, and other people in the Startup Edmonton ecosystem could meet, get together, and talk about
Go Oilers?
Well, yeah, let's get there later.
Okay.
Let's not go there yet. But they could talk about, they could try and address the challenges that local companies in Edmonton were getting local investors on their cap tables. So from that happy hour spawned the investment summits and what you're here today to do. Since that time, we've done 42. I know it said 11, but if you really count them, like we're doing 4 right now. So in 11, so we're actually done 42. We've invested over $17.4 million. Over 489 investors prior to this summit have participated, and over 110 companies have been funded to date.
That is amazing.
And then a lot of people don't know, like TNT, obviously TNT, Dynamite, blow things up. But TNT actually is the Thursday night tradition. And so we still do these happy hours every Thursday. You're at one right now.
Yeah, the happiest hour.
308 consecutive happy hour weeks.
Crazy.
Yeah, and I have to write a newsletter every week.
Luckily, since you started, AI has made that a lot easier.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, great. The problem is you had Edmonton numbers in there, so I have to talk about Calgary. One of the things about starting this whole journey, if you talk to people about, well, if you're building a hub for innovation to grow your entrepreneurial ecosystem, what are the things you need to focus on? And everyone, the most admired problem in cities around the world is early stage capital. And Startup TNT is doing something about that. You can see in Calgary, look at these numbers, the number of people that have been activated by the Calgary community, 157 angels, 40 companies, 53% female-founded companies, 25% BIPOC-founded, $7.4 million invested in Calgary. I have to say, yes, incredible that this is one of the most impactful things that has started over the past few years since I've started here, just to see this get off the ground. No one gave them permission, just let's make it happen, and the community rallied, and that's the Alberta, that's the Calgary story. Thank you, guys.
It's pretty amazing. I mean, I started, again, as a company pitching at TNT. I didn't start TNT Calgary. I think Jade and Neil are here. They started TNT Calgary. But yeah, TNT's actually now expanded from Edmonton to Calgary, Saskatchewan, we were in Winnipeg, and now BC.
Right.
So we're actually across Western Canada, and I don't know how many of you digest the CVCA reports, but TNT is actually in this time, we're now the most active early stage investor in the country.
Yeah.
We're number 1 for pre-seed deals. Okay. No, thank you. It is a big deal. I mean, just a little angel group out of Edmonton and Calgary and Western Canada. We're number 5 for seed stage deals, but everyone above us pretty much was a government agency.
Yeah.
So I think we were the second private non-government agency on the seed stage deals. So cumulatively, we're the number 1 early stage investor.
Incredible. Incredible is the word.
It's pretty awesome, and part of why I love doing this. I believe in the mission. I believe in the impact. But we couldn't do this without tremendous sponsors and partners, people like Platform. Thank you for being here, Terry.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for giving us the space.
Thank you for
tonight.
being here.
Alberta Innovates, our core funding partners. We've had funding from the federal government, but we still have funding from the provincial government right now. And you're going to hear from Craig. If you don't know him, you're going to hear from Craig a little bit later tonight. We have some big announcements on Alberta Innovates, actually just after this slide. We also have our best friend forever. We have API out of Edmonton. They do national life sciences work. And Osler, who you're going to meet Patrick in a minute here. Then we have our best friend sponsors. We have Alberta Enterprise Corporation, who's investing in VC funds. They're fund of funds, trying to drive investment in Alberta. We also have Axis, one of our newest sponsors, Axis Insurance. We have Colin and Robert here. You're actually going to see both of them a little bit later. We have Faskin as well. You're going to hear from Jason and MNP as well. Great, fantastic sponsor. And Cam's going to be up here. We also have our close friends, CBRE, BDC, RBCX, University of Calgary Hunter Hub. We're actually going to introduce Guy in a bit as well. And then a bunch of community supporters. And that's where Platform is right there, community supporters.
You bet.
Yeah, because we really are a community.
Yes, and we're literally supporting you right now.
Quite literally. He's really the talent. He's the talent. I mentioned Alberta Innovates. Alberta Innovates, in case you don't know, puts on the marquee, like the single best conference in Alberta, in my humble opinion. And it's happening in 3 weeks in Ventures, May 21st to 23rd. TNT is doing a lot of stuff at Inventures, and we've got a discount code. So I don't really believe a lot of you are going to register right now, but you can bookmark this page if you go to that QR code. Maybe take a picture, get the TNT code. We're also doing something really, really awesome. I don't know if you guys have heard of Collision and how Good Lawyer did that big yacht party at Collision. Well, this year we're doing an exclusive after party on the Thursday night, of course, Thursday, in partnership with Good Lawyer. It is invite only. Anyone who registers as an investor ticket or with the Elevated Experience ticket automatically gets an invite to that party. It's gonna be amazing. I almost swore up here. It's gonna be absolutely tremendous party, and you really don't want to miss it. And there may even be, if you run into Brad or myself, there may be tickets you can get without going to the conference. But please consider registering for the conference. It is going to be amazing.
Yes.
Are you guys doing anything for Adventures?
Maybe. Oh, yes, we are. Look at that. Right here, May 20th. So that's the after party. You're going to need a couple of days to recover from the opening party here at Platform, presented by National Bank in collaboration with the Chamber, Alberta Innovates, a thing that's too small for me. The Alberta Regional Innovation Networks and the Calgary Innovation Coalition, Calgary Economic Development, and Edmonton Unlimited. And Edmonton Unlimited is going to be doing something here as well on the next day. So great partners with Edmonton Unlimited. We co-deliver Alberta Catalyzer with them, which I think has 3 alumni in tonight's show.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so let's get to tonight. What are we doing here? How does this work? Some of you are just friends of people. People just say, you could come check this out. There's free beer, there's pizza. But why? Why do we do it? Well, how does it work? Each investor, and we most of them are wearing a little pin like this, but each investor here pre-committed $5,000 up front without knowing who it's going to go to. That's going to be syndicated to the winner tonight. The investors we then spent the last 6 weeks collaborating on due diligence. Some people, passively watched recordings and read up in the data rooms, but most of us, we were in meetings. We met every Wednesday. We were in meetings with the founders, pouring through the financials, looking at everything, building relationships with the founders, and it all culminates tonight. In all transparency today, we have our investments will be announced today. And I say investments because if you did the math, 42 summits, 110 investments, we typically do more than one investment per summit. We generally have 2 to 3 side deals in every summit. And I would suspect we're going to see some side deals today too.
So it's an amazing pitch competition.
It is not a pitch competition.
Okay, sorry.
We didn't plant that. He just knows I hate that. It is not a pitch competition. We are going to see some fantastic pitches. But frankly, we've already spent 6 weeks going in data rooms, meeting with these founders an annoying number of times. Right, Sawyer? Yeah. An annoying number of times, pouring over deal terms, negotiating. We've talked to customers in some cases. We've demoed products. You're not going to have time in 4 minutes to go through what we've gone through in 6 weeks.
Okay, I believe you.
Okay.
Finally.
So it is not a pitch competition. This is a celebration and a showcase. And maybe as you're watching these, maybe you know a customer, maybe you know someone who want to invest, maybe you know someone who could help these companies. So bear that in mind, and there's lots of time to tell them to connect with these founders downstairs after the pitches, but also any Thursday at our happy hours.
Perfect.
So who's pitching, Terry?
Who's pitching tonight? We have Pharma Pilot, QTI, ResVR, Tarka, and Village Wealth. Big round of applause. And I'll tell you this. Pharma Pilot, ResVR, Tarka, all alumni of Alberta Catalyzer. Village Wealth, participating in the Platform Incubator. QTI, Hunter Hub. So you're seeing the innovation ecosystem supporting these founders right into the place where now they're ready to get investment. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome to see the support systems working the way they were meant to.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, and after this, though, what happens? So, I guess to tell you the agenda, you're going to watch these pitches. They're going to pitch for 4 minutes each. Then we're going to leave 2 minutes. One of the investors who's been doing due diligence on these companies is going to come up here, and we have 2 minutes of Q&A with these companies. So you're going to see 2 minutes Q&A, and then we're at 7 o'clock. We're going to go. The investors are going to deliberate till 7:45, at which time we will come right back here and announce the winner. So the bar is closed right now. The bar will reopen at 7 while the investors deliberate. And at 7:45, we'll announce the winner. And then we can stay here. And we're going to continue celebrating till at least 9:30, at which time we're going to go to the after party because, Terry, as great as platform is, it shuts down at some point.
Yes. Get out of my living room. Really. Is really what it comes
So
down
you know
to.
what sucks about that, though? Is like at the James Joyce, they charge for beers.
Well,
They charge for wine. They charge for non-alcoholic drinks, too.
and you know, we sell ramen down at the front for a reason.
Yes, because startup founders often are bootstrapping. They're putting every dime into these companies.
Yeah.
And so what that doesn't leave a lot of dimes left over for is having a great time at the after party. And that is where we all come in. I am pleased to announce that you can buy a founder a drink, help promote a great after party by transferring to cheers@startuptnt.com, just like Denise from the Grand Sherpa. Where's Denise? There she is.
Woo!
Thank you.
Denise kicked us off tonight? She kicked us off already?
She already she always
Right.
is. She's good like that.
All right. Well, I'm in.
Oh, and Johannes.
Johannes.
Where's Johannes? There he is, one of our investors, Johannes. Thank you.
Perfect.
So anyways, we're going to add a little bit of incentive to this, you know, like as if you need more. One of our Startup TNT portfolio companies, an adventure travel company called 10 Adventures.
Yes.
They're in the snazzy yellow up there. They're donating some pretty wicked prizes to people who donate. I think they got a minimum threshold of like $25 or something. And then we're going to come back to them in a couple, maybe 15, 20 minutes, and we're going to announce some winners of people who've donated to the bar tab. They're going to get some pretty cool prizes. Like some of these are like Arc'teryx backpacks and like some pretty awesome prizes.
Okay. That's all the incentive I need. You're going to have to compete with me for the donation.
Is that a promise? Okay, I'm
It's a
going to
promise.
compete with you.
Yeah.
I don't think you and I are allowed to win.
Okay. Shit.
All right, with that, let
The pitches begin. Woo!
Okay, so to introduce the first founder pitching tonight, he should be here somewhere. Patrick, one of our best friends forever from Osler. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the stage. Thank you so much for your support. And you use the black microphone there. And I'll hand over to you to introduce the first company pitching.
All right, always good to have technical issues at the start. Thanks for the intro. To eschew all lawyer stereotypes, I will indeed keep this short and sweet. So my name is Patrick Musgrave. I'm a lawyer with Osler. I work in our emerging and high growth companies group. So we work with technology startups all the way from incorporation through exit, and also work with investors and acquirers in the technology space. So a number of faces in the room tonight that we're familiar with. To introduce our first presenter of the night, please join me in giving a round of applause to Tarka. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Brett Quigley. I'm here tonight to tell you about Tarka Manufacturing Solutions and how our technology is transforming the lives of wheelchair users. The leading cause of death for wheelchair users is wounds, infection, and respiratory disease. What Tarka has come up with is a patent-pending solution to those problems. Normally what I would tell you about here is a story about Liz and how we've solved an issue for her, but I think tonight the most important thing to talk about is the business. Our patent-pending solutions actually put a moat around what we do, and that offers you guys a protection. The market opportunity that we're presenting is a $1.3 billion market. Our target is $28 million in revenue in 3 years, and 375,000 wheelchairs are purchased every year. Our business model is simple, it's scalable, and it's recession-proof. It's actually COVID-proof, and apparently it's tariff-proof as well. The product that we manufacture has an established code for it. So the problem that we solve is a known problem. There's a code to actually pay for the product so the end users don't end up having to pay for it. We've set up with distribution networks to push our products down through an established sales funnel. By doing that, we can still achieve over an 80% margin We've got early traction on our business with repeat sales through a large insurance provider. That's WCB in the province here. And industry average acquisitions in our industry are 12 to 15 times EBITDA. The reason that's on this slide is when we talk about our competition, we're actually not talking about our competition. These are potentially the companies that are going to come in and buy us up. Right now, we're actually in discussions with 2 of the companies on this list for global distribution as well as distribution in the North American market. How have we achieved that in such a small amount of time? Myself, Brett Quigley, I have 15 years in the import and distribution of Class 1 medical devices in Canada. My co-founder, Kari, who's sitting mid-stage there, is an occupational therapist that's worked for Alberta Health Services. She's a specialist in seating and positioning as well as surfaces. Rick Norrie, if you've seen me pitch in the last month or so, Rick is actually new to the team. He's known about us. I've known Rick for years, but he actually just came on. And one of the highlights of Rick's career is 3 exits in our industry. He actually picked up a wheelchair company that was kind of bumping along the bottom, doing about $400,000 or $500,000 in sales for 4 years. Within 2 years, Rick and his team of 4 turned that into $8.5 million in revenue, and that company bought his entire Canadian operation in year 3. The 4th guy on the slide is Chris. He is actually our lead investor. Chris has been essential in guiding us through some of the regulatory issues that exist in the US and just prepping us for what it's going to be like to enter down there. He's got multiple exits with medical device companies as well. We're raising $1.5 million US. Chris has committed $500,000 of that, and we've got other local Canadian investors in for the remaining 3 that makes up the 8 we've got committed. So we're halfway there. The runway we're going to have out of this raise is about 18 months, and we've got our funding allocations in place, and we're well prepared to enter the market and to dominate the market. That is Tarka Manufacturing Solutions, and I'll open it up to any questions.
Okay. My pleasure to introduce Nino to do the Q&A for Tarka.
Sorry, Adrian, you were very impatient. I had to make sure I have nothing in between my teeth before doing this. This is a scary place. Brett, let's get right into it. Great presentation.
Thank you.
And it is a scary place. Let's get into the main reason why we're all here. Main reason why we're all here. Give us 2 or 3 reasons why these investors should vote for you. Why should they pick you as a winner today?
Why Tarka? We have an IP moat. We have a manufacturing moat. We are highly scalable, and we've got a clean cap table. If you get in right now, you're going to take the ride all the way to the top. We've actually modeled something with one of your investors that shows at 70,000 units, we hit unicorn status. We think that that's fully achievable.
No, you talk about scalability. That is a subject we explored, and a number of investors were questioning you on that. Can you expand, especially on the manufacturing side? That's an interesting point. If we can take another 10 nanoseconds. Okay, we have 1 minute.
We have 1 minute, yeah, okay. So on the manufacturing side, the equipment that we're actually bringing in is going to be set up following an Industry 4.0 standard. So we can drag and drop, we can bring equipment in, add on a robotic arm, automate, all very, very easily without disrupting our production. But when you look at the volume that we can actually produce with the machinery that we're going to have on the floor, our first bottleneck happens at about 17,000 pieces. That's based on an 8-hour shift. So logically, if you double up, add another shift, you increase your production. We can do that 2 times before we actually have to go out and purchase more equipment. The nice part about that decision is by the time we're at the point where we need to open up a third round or a third shift, we'll have enough money to simply buy more equipment as well. So I think we've got it covered. We've got a plan, and we're well positioned to execute on it.
3 seconds.
All right. Thanks, Nino.
How good you are.
All right. My job is to introduce someone who needs no introduction. So I actually don't even recognize him because you'll know, if you know him, you'll know why. Craig Elias from Alberta Innovates, come on up.
Thank you, Terry. So, as Terry says, my name is Craig Elias, and I am one of 11 technology development advisors scattered across the province to help companies like you see in this competition. There's actually 4 in the room. Jen, you want to raise your hand? Jen's one of the TDAs, Pej, one of the TDAs, and Steph is 4. So we're the local ones. So what do we really try to find a way to help you do? How do we help you commercialize? How do we find you a way to connect you with folks that can help you get to market faster? And how do we give you capital? And we probably run one of the only networking events better than what you'll find at Startup TNT called Inventures, right? So that's the discount code to get them. Gary V is going to be our big keynote speaker. If you have any questions about Inventures, Pej is the guy who has all the answers. Go up and see Pej. And with that, it's my pleasure to introduce Nathan with ResVR. Nathan, take it away.
Thank you, Craig. Hello, I'm Nathan Nassery from ResVR. Home buying hasn't evolved in over 50 years. Despite the internet, smartphones, AI, and virtual reality, we're still buying homes like it's 1975. My family started Landmark Homes and has built over 18,000 homes. Working in new home sales, I sold over 200 houses, witnessing buyer's remorse every single week. That's because 90% of home buyers can't accurately visualize their house before it's built. So 10 years ago, I created this, a VR sales tool that makes it easy to understand what upgrades and selections are for your new home. It's crystal clear. As a salesperson, I closed deals way faster and made more commission on upgrades. Landmark Homes made more profit. My home buyers got their dream home. In 2016, that prototype turned into a startup. After doing hundreds of VR projects in residential construction, I became a leader in the field. By 2019, we had scaled up in California, where we were acquired by Interior Logic Group, which builds over 100,000 homes annually across the US. I joined as the VP of Technology and led their digital transformation team. A year later, Blackstone acquired us for $1.6 billion. I returned home to Canada, where I reconnected with my roots in the video game industry, only to be laid off the same week my non-compete agreement expired. Researching my next move, I was shocked to discover builders were still using pen and paper to sell houses, despite high-end visualizations like this becoming cheaper and faster to create, even though our competitors had raised our prices. This drove our award-winning team to reunite, start from scratch, and create ResVR to build something better, scalable, and provide a measurable 10x ROI for builders. ResVR is subscription sales software that showcases billions of design options in real time. Our software lets buyers tour anywhere in a hyper-realistic virtual home before it's built. We are accessible through the cloud on a web browser, requiring no expensive equipment. Buyers can design and fall in love with their dream home from anywhere, 24 hours a day. And our visuals are so good, we're featured on NVIDIA's website. Now, having perfected our software in Alberta, working with the top home builders in this province, we are finally ready to launch into the US starting in July with $4 million of annual recurring revenue in our pipeline today. Last month at the Home Builder Awards, ResVR won Best Innovation, making history as the first software company to win this prestigious honor. This meant, thank you, I have to be quick. This meant it was time to upgrade our business model. Our subscription now starts at $5,000 per month for 10 model homes. For each builder, we turn $5,000 into $50,000 every single month. Next year, ResVR launches our affiliate program, starting with Article Furniture. What better time to shop for furniture for your new home than while you wait for it to be built? This will transform ResVR into a multi-billion-dollar unicorn that started right here with the support of Startup TNT. ResVR is more than visualization. It's an inevitable evolution for the home building industry. We've raised 60%, actually 70% as of today, of our $2 million round. Now we're ready to take ResVR into the US and make it the gold standard for sales software in the home building industry. Let's empower buyers to love their home from the very start. Let's transform an industry that's long overdue for change. Thank you.
Okay.
Act natural.
Thank you. Act natural. Thank you so much, Nathan. Another round of applause. So I don't know about you folks, but I am super intrigued of this marketplace concept. Like the idea of being able to shop for furniture in your own home digitally while your actual home is being built is revolutionary, really. But Nathan, are there any other products that you have in mind for the future?
Yeah, absolutely. Insurance would be a big one, mortgages, and landscaping, which you can actually add to your mortgage. And this morning, I actually had a call with a venture capital fund that owns the largest deck supplying group in the country. And they could supply to all of our customers across North America and lead our Series A round in 2 years.
Brilliant. So then that leads to my next question. We're here in Calgary, but the market is 10 times bigger in the US. Why here? Why not there?
That's a great question. Well, I was born and raised in Alberta, and my family are immigrants, and they came to Canada with nothing and have built an amazingly successful business. So for me, it was imperative that I did the same and give back to the community that's been so good to me and my family, and just inspire entrepreneurs of the future to see that you can do this here in Canada, you can do this here in Alberta, and it doesn't have to be something you go down to San Francisco to do.
Yes, amen to that.
All right, thank you so much. That was super cool. I love the homegrown story. Now, Nathan grew up in Edmonton, but he moved to Calgary to build his business. Let's just be clear. And I say that because I want to introduce someone who's clearly from Edmonton and showing off. All right, it's my pleasure to introduce, so we new to the community, new to our community. I mean, don't think you're new to the Edmonton community, but new to our community. The new executive director for the Venture Capital Association of Alberta, the VCAA, of which Startup TNT and TNT Capital were members of, Tracy Scarlett. Tracy, tell us about yourself.
Awesome. Thanks for having me here tonight and a chance to introduce myself. I've been around the tech ecosystem since I started my career in the biotech industry and built entrepreneurial ecosystems with women entrepreneurs. And the last few years, I've been sitting on boards of organizations like AEC and BDC, really learning a lot more about the VC world. And when I saw this opportunity, I thought it'd be a great opportunity to kind of bring a different view and fill the shoes that Omi had so graciously and effectively filled.
Tough shoes to fill.
Totally.
But yes, I'm sure you're going to do great. Can you give us a teaser? What's next for the VCA?
Yeah, well, what's interesting, this grassroots organization that was bootstrapped for the last 25 years now has enough critical mass and some money in the bank that they have the ability to expand what they're doing and really be strategic on how we build the ecosystem for investors across the province. And I think that there will be a lot of opportunity for all of you. I welcome input from everyone as we're building out our strategic plan. And I am really excited about the future.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hold on. Big hand for Tracy. And you know, I don't know if the Oilers are still in it or not. I can't remember. Okay. Our next company, where's the introducer for our next company? They're supposed to be standing right here. Longtime friend of mine. Our children went to preschool our oldest children when they were 3 years old. And now one of our sponsors, a fixture in the startup community as well, Jason Gaborski with Faskin.
Hi. Thanks, Adrian. Sorry I was late to the stage. Anyway, my name's Jason. I'm a partner at Fasken, which is a law firm for those that don't know, and I co-lead the emerging tech practice here in Alberta in the Prairie region. So yeah, we're obviously really happy to be part of the tech community here in Calgary, locally, but also like our national practice group has been instrumental in advising on a number of venture capital funded equity financing and M&A deals from Montreal all the way to Vancouver. I guess we also support people in Atlantic Canada as well, although we don't have an office there. And so our expertise is recognized across Canada, and we're proud to be a top choice for legal services in the tech sector. And in Calgary, we focus on building relationships with amazing organizations like Platform, like Startup TNT. And for startup companies, we offer like a comprehensive startup program that includes key documents that are required for those startups, discounted legal fees, and support from our entrepreneur in residence, Evan, who was up there, but I don't know where he went. In any event, it's my pleasure this evening to introduce Liz McRae from Village Wealth.
Hi, everybody. Meet John. He's like thousands of aspiring entrepreneurs searching endlessly to buy a business with no clear path. And he's not alone. 90% of buyers who begin the acquisition journey never finish. We are on the front lines of a historic opportunity. It's predicted that 75% of small business owners will exit before 2032. This represents $16 trillion worth of business assets to change hands across North America. Village Wealth was built to meet this moment. We designed a unique two-sided marketplace that leverages tools, education, advisory, all in one deal management platform. Our software allows users to analyze opportunities and make decisions with greater confidence. And we're not just software tools. We've created an entire ecosystem that brings together lenders, legal teams, accountants, and all the resources they need to be successful in reaching their goals. We believe that entrepreneurship through acquisition shouldn't be reserved for the few. Business ownership should be more accessible to more people everywhere. And by keeping ownership of local businesses in the community, we impact families, communities, and generational wealth. And what we're doing works. 70% of Village Wealth members acquire a business. Our revenue model is a combination of subscription, success fee, and seller connection fees. We've designed our tools to be used independently by users who want to DIY the process, or for those who want more guidance, they can access services, creating multiple revenue streams. Our platform has reached over 15,000 users. Our average business value is $1.5 million, and we've surpassed $300,000 in annual recurring revenue, and we were profitable in 2024. We're forecasting over $1 million in revenue this year, with substantial growth in transaction and subscription revenue over the next 24 months. And with recent enhancements to our software, we are ready to scale and fast. We're raising $1 million to invest in our marketplace, our US expansion, partnerships, and putting a tremendous amount into sales and marketing. Our US expansion plan involves being the software solution for existing buyer communities and top MBA programs in the US. We're in the process of integrating with business broker CRMs, which will populate listings instantly across North America into our marketplace. Our software tools are built to support buyers like John. Every tool, every service that we build is built to empower buyers and accelerate them in this process. Village Wealth is revolutionizing the way that users find, finance, and acquire small businesses. We're ready to scale, and we invite you to join us. Thank you.
Awesome, and under time. Okay, I want to invite up Sean, there he is. Okay, guys, it helps me when you stand here. All right, Sean, grab the microphone. Sean Holler, inside the lights. One of our a new Calgarian, a new investor, and a big fan. Tell us why.
Yeah, so I'm a really big fan of Village Wealth and Liz because I'm one of those people. So I think they just took my name Sean and changed it to John. But I am one of those people. So I started my business buying journey with Village Wealth. I did acquire a business, well, we're about a week out, but within 1 year. And so I hope to be one of those 90%. We're about 7 days away. It would be better for the pitch if it closed today, but it didn't. So. But yeah, I'm one of those people. I had an incredible experience. This whole team was the team that helped, first of all, find me that business and then help me close that business. They're sat right over there. So I'm a huge fan of Village Wealth, and I think that's why I'm up here asking these questions.
Thanks, John.
So I have some from the investors. I've synthesized all of the questions, concerns, everything into here. Your entry in the US, you've obviously done really well in Canada, but your entry in the US, much larger market. What's the blue sky scenario here? We've heard a lot of big numbers with some of these other companies that have been up here. What do you see as the valuation potential once you enter the US and you hit that blue sky scenario?
Yeah, we have a pathway to a $100 million valuation. The exponential growth that's been happening in our space in the US, they call it a megaphone coming into the US. So over the last couple of years, there's been more influencers that have come out. They're all over YouTube. There's been more books being published. There's more case studies and reports reporting on the success of acquisition through entrepreneurship and the success for investors who are co-investing on these acquisitions. So the movement that's south of the border is well advanced to the one that's happening here, and we're really excited to enter that space.
Awesome. I saw a number up there before that said 16 trillion of assets are going to move in the next 10 years. So obviously that's a ton of transaction fees that are up for grabs. You know, just back in the napkin could be 320 billion in fees. Huge TAM. How is Village Wealth positioned to be able to grab a big chunk of that?
Yeah. We're actually an early mover in the market. So a lot of the movement that's been happening in the US over the last few years has been accelerators and incubators, a lot of education and advisory services that are coming out of the woodworks, but the infrastructure hasn't really caught up. And so we were just a little bit ahead of that curve. And so the technology that we've built is ahead of kind of the more manual one-on-one advisory services that are happening in the US. And we've been able to plug into ecosystems and accelerators for acquisition entrepreneurship in Canada. And we're planning to do the same thing in the US, is be their software provider and come in behind those communities that are already bolstering a lot of activity.
Awesome. Well, if those millions and millions of people have my experience, then I think Village Wealth's going to do really well. So thank you, everyone.
Okay, I would like to invite Guy Levesque from the Hunter Hub down here for 2 seconds. Here's the microphone. Here you go. Yeah, more than 2 seconds. We'll give it 45. Guy, you are a relatively new Calgarian. Took the job when? November?
November 25th. So 5 months into the job. I'm one of those.
This has not left his shoulders since he started either.
But it's probably the last day I'll wear this scarf. It will be 27 on Saturday. But I'm one of those crazy 100,000 people who moved to Calgary in the last year. I did it through a blizzard in late November to take up a job that's the best on campus, best in Calgary, best in Canada, to build the best entrepreneurial pipeline of talent of any place in the country right here in Calgary.
Fantastic. Well, you came, Guy, to be the executive director of the Hunter Hub, a tremendous collaborator. Welcome to Calgary. Everybody, make sure you track this guy down and learn more about the Hunter Hub.
Well, I'm trying to meet everybody, and how do you know you've arrived to Calgary? I have the pin.
There you go.
So thanks, Startup TNT. And if I haven't met you, my job is to meet you. I've been evangelizing, socializing what the Hunter Hub does. And really, our job is to meet entrepreneurs where they are along their journey. Whether it's a first-year undergraduate student who just wants to do an Etsy channel and sell jewelry, to the prof who's been working on a technology for 20 years who wants to enter the commercialization journey, and everything in between. So it's very clear that I've got the best job at the university.
Second best, yeah. Anyway.
Okay, that's done. Okay.
Yeah, gotta go. Thank you so much. Thanks, Guy. So he's here because soon there will be a University of Calgary startup. And the next person to introduce the next startup, however, is Rob from Access Insurance. Come on up.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Who am I? They want me to tell you stuff about myself. I think I'm probably the luckiest guy in the room, and I'll tell you why. I never thought I'd have a life in tech, ever. And then years ago, I joined Helsum as the COO, and with an amazing team of people for my 7-year stint there, built a world-class fintech in this city. A place that people all said, you're not gonna do it. Calgary's not a fintech city. Calgary's not really a tech city. We did it here. Second reason why I'm the luckiest guy in the room is when that venture ended, I found Startup TNT. So, yay, Adrian. And they turned me into a very modestly skilled investor, which actually allowed me to take my good luck and spend some time paying it forward to the younger people, the new companies here, in search of their dream, chasing their vision. And lastly, now I get to be a sponsor of Startup TNT with Access Insurance. Colin's standing over there with the glasses, he's here with me. And it's really just about having been in those shoes before. I've been an investor in a very modest way. I've been on a founding team with a crazy group of people trying to build something. I've been in your shoes. Founders and founding teams, I know insurance is the last thing you want to think about. And investors, I know you want them to think about it so that they don't lose everything for a stupid reason. So come and talk to us. We'll help you figure out why you need it. And in the meantime, to get you started on something that's a little less confusing than insurance, we're going to jump into quantum computing with Jordan. Come on up from QTI. And Dan. Dan's joining him too.
Okay, so maybe you've seen or even owned one of these. As many of you will probably agree, the digital computer was an incredible invention. The earliest computers filled entire rooms and could only run a couple of algorithms. But fast forward to today, and the computer has literally transformed the way we live. So what happened? Well, along came a little thing called the internet. And now, there isn't a single aspect of our lives that isn't impacted by the digital computer. Now, maybe you've also heard of the quantum computer. Much like classical computers, quantum computers will also transform the world in numerous ways. Just a few of those include allowing us to more accurately model biological systems and financial and energy markets, as well as being able to create new pharmaceuticals and better batteries, and the list goes on and on. But also like classical computing, quantum computers won't reach their full potential until we connect them across networks and build a quantum internet. But there's a problem. You see, the classical internet works by sending light signals around the world through optical fiber. And those light signals get weaker and weaker as they travel over long distances. So every once in a while, they hit an amplifier, which reads the signal and then sends it out again stronger so the signal can make it around the world. Now, unfortunately, due to the laws of quantum mechanics, an amplifier is simply not possible in quantum networking. And that prevents us from sending quantum signals over long distance, and therefore a quantum internet. So we have to think of another way to be able to relay quantum information around the globe. And the device that enables global scale quantum communications is called a quantum repeater. But building a quantum repeater has been an open problem for decades. Now, recently at the University of Calgary, we've had 2 critical scientific breakthroughs that put us on track to build the world's first commercially viable quantum repeater. Those include figuring out how to distribute and swap entanglement robustly in noisy real-world environments, as well as a first-of-its-kind high-bandwidth quantum random access memory, or QRAM. By building such a quantum repeater, we unlock the infrastructure needed to create a quantum internet and enable important and transformative capabilities like distributed quantum computing and sensing, and global scale and future-proof secure communications. Now, all this began when my co-founder here, Dr. Daniel Oblak, and myself met while I was a student studying quantum physics at the University of Calgary. We put our heads and our complementary skill sets together, and QTI was born. Now, since that time, we've added other key members to our leadership team, including a chief security architect who was a former VP at BlackBerry, a head of product who has deep expertise in quantum systems, and a CTO who was a senior executive at a Canadian telco who will onboard after we close our current round of funding. We have strong early validation with industry leaders. We're currently working with hyperscalers and telcos like AWS and TELUS to partner together to bring this groundbreaking technology to market. We have pilot project and commercial sales commitments from our customers who are eager to leverage the power that our quantum tech offers. So, we're currently raising a seed round that we opened last month, and as of today, we have 65% filled. This will enable us to accelerate the timeline to get our tech to market, to complete pilot projects that we're currently planning with customers, to iterate based on our learnings, and then to launch our first commercial products. So we invite you to join with us in creating the next internet revolution. The future is quantum. Thank you.
There we go. All right, since we're running low on time, I'm going to jump right into the questions. Quantum is absolutely fantastically exciting, but very hard to understand. So why is your QRAM breakthrough so important for a quantum internet?
Well, so this is a question for the scientists, so I'll take on my nerdy glasses here. So to answer that with credibility, what we've done with the quantum memory is to be able to store this fragile quantum information that's traveling in light and transfer it into something that doesn't move. And we can do that with multiple quantum states at the same time and recall them at the same time as well on demand. And this is something that's sort of very sought after and unique capability that we have shown. And you might think, why Calgary? I came here to Calgary 15 years ago exactly because we have a leading quantum ecosystem, and I've been working on these problems ever since then.
Great. Well, the last question we'll jump to is, how long is it going to take you to take the prototype to a production model?
So we've got a functional prototype that we've been demoing for customers. And over the next few months, we'll use this funding we're raising right now to get our prototype to a deployable state where we can start to work with customers and demonstrate the value.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Right on. Right on. Thank you so much. Okay, just a quick little interlude. I might need your help here, Terry. So last time we did this, one person donated to the bar tab, who notably hasn't this time, and asked me to make a joke like a cruise ship comedian.
Okay.
And on the spot, I didn't have one, and then I forgot until just now. So doing due diligence on QTI, I put the in quantum.
Yes.
I didn't understand everything, but it was very interesting.
Yes.
And I have a physics degree, just so we're clear.
That's actually the funniest part.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Physics was different in the 90s. All right. But we do have some other people who donated to the bar tab, Jeff. Guy Levesque from the Hunter Hub. Thank you so much, Guy. There he is. Thank you so much. By the way, if you donated to the bar tab, you are eligible for a prize. Find those snazzy guys in the yellow vests up to the right. We already said Denise. Here we go. You read the next one.
Josh Melate, hello.
Josh Melate. Joshua, thank you so much. Then we got Ronald Marcotte. Ronald, come on, we're giving you guys shout outs. Everyone's being very shy.
Mark Jules.
Mark Jules, one of our investors. Thank you, Mark. Aaron Montgomery, good friend of mine. Thank you, Aaron. You probably could use that Arc'teryx backpack that they've got up there. Here we go. We got Johannes already, so down here.
Raheem Nathu.
Raheem, where are you, Raheem?
Maybe we should read.
I haven't seen him yet. Maybe he's watching online. He's up there. I saw it. Okay. Then we got
Zach Novak.
You should read the next one too.
Adrian Mitchell. Never heard of him. He puts the in quantum. Putting the in quantum for 6 weeks now.
Yeah, for 6 weeks.
Brent Nisnik.
Yeah.
Mackenzie.
Mackenzie, no last name. This is like the jewel of.
Exactly. And Crystal Phillips.
Crystal Phillips.
There you go.
Also,
Crystal Stealth Mode Phillips.
Crystal's not stealth. She's wearing an Oilers jersey.
True.
I don't know why. Is something going on? All right. Jonas, there's probably more people. We'll get to them in a minute. All right. It's my pleasure to introduce the last sponsor who's going to speak tonight. One of our best friends and one of our investors as well, has been investing with us for, I feel like 2 years now. Cam, get the microphone and get up here. Thank you. All right, Cam from MNP.
Thanks, buddy. I don't think I'll top the comedic talent of Adrian, so we'll jump right in it. Cam Baywell, Director of Business Development at MNP. We're an accounting and financial advisory firm across Canada. Our team members, we love investing and working with founders, investors, and venture capital firms and funds. Nothing has ever started without having a conversation, so we want to help you. That starts with a conversation. Please reach out and we'll have a chat. Second thing I want to say is look, the talent of the companies that in this summit is incredible. Startup TNT has done their job. They bring us these opportunities consistently. You've seen that tonight. So let's do our part. Let's grow this to 60, 70 investors. Tell your friends, tell your family. Make that commitment of the $5,500 or $5,000, and let's keep this growing. The quality's growing, so the pot should be growing. That being said, there's an Oilers game to watch soon. So Sawyer, come up, tell the Pharma Pilot story, please.
Welcome to Pharma Pilot. We save pharmacies time and we increase their sales by serving their patients with AI over the phone, SMS, and web chat. Who would you call if you wanted to go on hold for 12 minutes? For me, it was a pharmacy. There's an inbound calling problem. High-paid medical professionals getting interrupted by 1 to 3 phone calls every day. There's an outbound calling problem. Pharmacists are busy, fulfilling 300 prescriptions, sometimes 2,000, depending on the location. They don't have time to set up proactive conversations with their customers. That means they're not that good at monetizing. At Pharma Pilot, we automate 90% of pharmacy phone calls on the inbound, and we add an outbound layer. It's really not happening today. I'm going to show you a quick demo. Hello, hello.
Hey there. This is Maverick. Give me 1 minute and I'll help refill your prescription from Wilson Pharmacy. Can I get your date of birth, please?
June 9th, 1989.
Thank you, Sawyer. I have your file pulled up. Your prescriptions for Ozempic and Prozac are due for a refill. Would you like to refill your prescription now?
Yeah, I think I'm actually good on Ozempic this year, but I'll definitely use some Prozac.
Got it. I will proceed with refilling your prescription for Prozac. Your prescription will be ready for pickup on May 10th, 2025 at 9 a.m.
Oh, sweet. I think that's actually President Trump's birthday.
That's an interesting observation. If you have any other questions or need further assistance, feel free to ask. Thank you for choosing Wilson Pharmacy.
Thanks, Maverick. So, yeah, thank you. That was Maverick. We have a great team behind Maverick. My name's Sawyer Paul. I'm an electrical engineer by trade. I've worked professionally as a marketer, founded 2 e-commerce brands, so imported thousands of widgets, managed some engineering teams along the way. We have a co-founder, Eugene Fudatenko. He's a nuclear physicist by trade, very excited. He's done a lot of stuff in video games, including generative AI for graphics and generative AI for voice. And recently, he just quit his day job, which I'm pretty sure is the North American dream. So we make some noise. And we have Sasith Fernando. He's on our board as a lead investor. He's had 2 exits for call center technology. We got Kirk Goodman, a pharmacy lawyer to protect our company, also on our board. This year, I secured $20,000 as a grant from AWS, not server credits. Got 7 investment offers this year. We have 3 LOIs, which we're very excited about. One of those is with a Vancouver company, our upcoming trial. 50 patients need a second dose of a shingles vaccine. Our outbound AI agent's gonna call them, set up those appointments. We have over 80 pharmacies that I think are warm leads, eagerly awaiting this trial data. And we have a big partnership in the works with a company called McKesson. This is a Fortune 9 company. It's a massive company. They have some pharmacy software that they want to integrate with Pharma Pilot. That'll give us access to 1,100 pharmacies and a natural entry point into the US. We're raising 300 grand with a $2.3 million cap. We already got 91 grand in checks and another 55 grand in offers that should be closing shortly. TNT has been great to us. Super excited to be here. Our goal was to get 1 side deal. We got 2 so far. Yeah, we got Alwyn Wong. Oh, thank you. Alwyn Wong, he lives in California part-time. He sees a lot, 30 deals a week, a lot of Y Combinator companies. He likes what we're doing in AI. And we got Jeff Chang. The Jeff Chang 25 grand is open to anyone in the TNT syndicate. So if anyone wants to follow on and invest, we're here, ready to work with you. And I promise I'll make you into a super sexy pilot. So grab your QR code if you want to connect with Sawyer Paul on LinkedIn, scan that. And if anyone knows any angel investors or pharmacies, shoot me a message, because Pharma Pilot is going to streamline your healthcare. We're going to help you. We can help your parents. Our goal is to produce the smoothest pharmacy phone system across North America. Thank you.
Goes well in Edmonton. Have Oiler intermissions, I think. Okay, well.
He's putting the never mind.
He's putting what was that? Quantum. I have never seen that before. I'm usually not speechless. So here we go. We've had 5 fantastic pitches. Again, it's not a pitch competition. Those were 5 fantastic companies. Let's give it up one more time for the 5 companies to pitch.
Amazing.
All right, Terry.
They look particularly well coached this time.
They did look well coached, yeah. So Terry's referring to this awesome pilot that we just ran, which was for Platform Calgary companies. We offered some TNT investor coaching, and we had some awesome coaches work with I think 4 of these companies.
Yeah,
so,
fantastic.
It was really, really good. So yeah, it went well. Now, I want to remind everyone, the bar is about to reopen. But the James Joyce tab could still use a little love. And the 10 Adventures folks are still giving away prizes. So I want to remind you that email address you can interact e-transfer to was cheers@startuptnt.com. That's cheers@startuptnt.com.
And once you do it the first time, it's in your contacts.
Yeah, you just have to add it as a payee once.
Yeah.
Okay, with that, Terry, what do we have to do now?
It is time for the judges, the investors, not the judges, because if they'd be judges if it was a pitch competition. Exactly. It's time for the investors to skedaddle over, I believe, up to the investor, the National Bank Investor Hub. Please go up there, and then now. I think you can make
Right
your way
away,
now.
yeah,
And
as
then
quickly as
everyone
possible.
else, the bar is open, and we'll welcome you to
And
mingle.
we're going to
and
be
chat.
back here 7:45 sharp.
7:45.
So take your seat at 7:40. You want to see who wins this check.
Great.
Short 25 slide deck.
Are you giving out prizes now?
Well, I think prizes have been awarded.
Okay.
Jonah, let me know if there are more beer tab donations. Please text me with more beer tab donations. Jonah, if you can hear me, I would love to know if there were more beer. There's a lot. Okay, we're gonna stall while he talks me the beer tab donations. All right, but let's go. Maybe. Yeah. Here we go, Adam.
Yeah.
We couldn't do this without the support of our amazing sponsors and partners like Platform Calgary.
Thank you, Adrian. You would do it. Honestly, I think you would do it, even if
It would be a lonely pitch
all
night.
you by yourself. Yeah.
I would do it all
On the cruise
by
ship.
myself. All by myself.
Wow.
That's the cruise ship comedian.
There you
joke.
go.
Yeah, there you
Okay.
go. All right, from the top. If you don't know Alberta Innovates, you are missing out on undilutive capital to propel your business. API, if you are in the life sciences space and you will be coming up against regulatory hurdles, they can assist you. They work with people across the country. Osler probably has the greatest market share in the startup tech ecosystem in Canada. These guys know startup financing. AEC, Fund of Funds, Alberta government bringing international VCs to Calgary to upskill and support our industry and our ecosystem. Access Insurance. If you are a startup, have you ever been on a board of a startup?
I have.
What's the first thing you want as a board member on a startup?
To be sued.
And once you're sued, you are protected by?
D&O insurance.
D&O insurance.
Oh, yeah.
If you are in a startup and you want a board, think about getting D&O insurance. It's a great way to get a better board.
It was just a threat. They didn't actually sue us.
All right, Fasken. Fasken is they are also the market leaders in the startup tech ecosystem. These guys, if Ozer's not doing it, Fasken's doing it. I promise you there. There's a reason we have both of them up here, is because we want to have both sides of the deal.
Nice.
MNP doing amazing things with startups. They offer a great startup consulting package as well. I know it's really loud, so I don't know where the noise is coming from. But if you can, I can hear these guys down here.
Everybody's excited, Adrian.
Everyone's excited.
Yeah.
Everyone's excited for whatever they're talking about.
Exactly.
It's not about me.
They're talking about all the pitches.
CBRE. Now, startups, it might be a year or two before you need them, but when you do, you want really, really good commercial real estate brokers. They can also help with co-working space and other solutions depending on the size of your company. BDC, Business Development Bank of Canada. These guys have been one of our sponsors since the very beginning. If you don't know BDC, I'm sad not to see Dennis here tonight. He told me he was going to be here. But if you don't know BDC...
He's watching online.
He must be.
I
He's
saw
there,
his
yeah,
glasses
it's
through
Oilers
the
game or
M2.
something.
Yeah.
RBCX, these guys, venture banking, right there. The Hunter Hub, you met Guy earlier. Hunter Hub for Entrepreneurial Thinking, University of Calgary. Awesome. These are our awesome sponsors. We also have our community supporters around the bottom. Give it up. Thank you very much. Give it up for our partners and sponsors.
Yes. Hey, Adrian.
Yes, Terry.
Earlier, you told me to remind you to thank other people.
Ladies and gentlemen, Selena Fisher over here, off camera. Woo! Off camera for once. Selena, what do you do for professionally?
Other than work for you guys here a few times a year, I'm a professional singer and actor as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stage presence of this woman.
Yeah.
Now you're making me nervous.
Anyways, we're going to do karaoke later. You should hear her sing.
I hate karaoke. I don't want to hear you sing.
Thank you for all you do, Selena. Thank you for all you do, Selena. We really love you. Thank you so much. We also had a few volunteers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did. You might have seen them. Please, say thank you to the people who checked you in. But, say thank you to them. Give it up for our volunteers.
Yeah. Volunteers.
The two hardest working people behind the bar right over there. Please remember to tip your bartenders. We didn't charge you a dime. You can at least tip them.
Yeah. Or, buy beers for other people.
And then tip them.
Yeah.
No, these guys, they're killing it back there. I want to thank everyone at Platform.
Thank you for being here. Do you know that Platform has over 700 tech company members? It's not just an organization like that. Well, it's growing, but over 7. So if you have a tech company and you're not a member here, go on our website, and it'll take us actually until June to process because we had to rebuild all our processes. But you can apply.
Sounds like you need a tech company to help.
Yeah, you can apply.
No, thank you so much to Platform, to your team. You guys are so
they
guys
work
are so
hard.
accommodating, so helpful. I really love what you guys do. Thank you so much.
They work really hard, and it's a pleasure every day to come in here.
Awesome. I want to thank my colleague Jonah, who's in the crowd. He's been helping me out all night. There's Jonah. If you don't know Jonah, there he is, up top. Okay, and can you believe we're doing this in 3 other cities right now?
300 cities.
3 other
Oh,
cities.
okay. I can believe it.
That's the future.
Yes.
All right, we are stalling. Wow, Jonah, did you text me? Yeah, we are stalling. We have some more thank yous.
Okay. Maybe one of us should just do them all so it goes fast.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
All right, I want to thank Trevor Gare. Where did Trevor go? Trevor Gare.
Hold your applause till the end. Read them all, and then let's go. Yeah.
Wade Preston, National Bank guy. Where's Wade? Mark Reve, another investor. Thank you, Mark. Chelsea Gillette. Thank you so much, Chelsea. If you don't know Chelsea, she's at Luge Capital. If you have a fintech, you want to know Chelsea. Stephen Becker. Thank you so much, Stephen. Joshua Diaz. Thomas Connell. Mark Dirksen. And Kathy.
Kathy. There's
No last
always
name.
one.
Kathy.
Amazing. We got Kathy and
Thank
Mackenzie.
you so much, guys. Oh, no, it actually says this is Jacob. Kathy says this is Jacob.
This is Jacob.
So Kathy, Jacob, we are very thankful for you. All of you, everyone who supported the Bar Tab, honestly, it means much, much more than it seems like it means. We go over there and people have a great time who otherwise would be drinking water. And I don't say that to be joking. It is tough to build a startup. It is tough to build a startup. So after this, at 9:30, we're going to go over there and have a great night. Thank you so much. It is not too late to be on that list. We'll put you in the newsletter. Again, it's cheers@startuptnt.com. And now we're done stalling. Who pitched tonight, Terry?
We had Pharma Pilot, QTI, ResVR, Tarka, and Village Wealth.
And who did you like?
I like them all equally.
That's my answer, too.
Did you know that we have 800 members here? Or no, 1,000, I think. 1,000.
And no favorites.
And I love all of them.
And no favorites. I always tell people, they always ask me through the summit, who's your favorite? And I say, I love my children all equally.
Yeah.
But there can only be one winner. And the winner is ResVR.
ResVR.
There he is. Okay, Nathan, stand right here. Well done. Well done. Okay.
Congratulations.
Okay, but you guys remember when I said 42 summits, 110 companies, and there's usually 2 side deals. Well, this time there's 3 side deals.
Wow. Incredible.
So I also want to call up Pharma Pilot, Village Wealth, and Tarka Manufacturing.
Wow.
Bright Quigley, yeah, there he is. All right. Look at this. We get to add a few more logos to the portfolio wall. It is not easy to do what these guys are doing. So one more time, huge hand for these companies. They are building something amazing.
Is this a record number of side deals?
No, in Saskatchewan, once they did 7.
Yeah, Medicare came out of Saskatchewan too, though, so they're...
So the Saskatchewan folks are a little bit more communist than we are.
Is that non-alcoholic? None.
That's where Tommy Douglas and all that stuff is from, right? Anyways, I'm getting...
Okay,
I don't know why I went on that tangent. But yeah, they did 7 side deals. Saskatchewan also has a fantastic investor credit, which we don't have here.
Right, so they were bribed to invest in those companies.
If you don't know,
By the
in
government.
Saskatchewan, every dollar you invest as a private investor, you get half of that back in tax credits. So your dollars go further.
I don't
as a
know. I don't know if I
private
like that. Anyway, we can talk politics
Anyways,
after.
I hope there's no one from the political bodies here. Okay, so that's it, guys. We are keeping you. We're going to take some pictures. Thank you so much for being out here. I want to reiterate, we are doing a huge event at Adventures in 3 weeks. We've got a pitch session, winners, some of whom I think were here. I don't know if there still are. Sabina was here. Scott was here. So Nimble and ZS2. Mark Laddie up top there, Simple Hedge. He's going to be on stage at that event. So then again, it's May 22nd at Adventures. Again, I put the code up earlier. It's TNT20. That is going to be a fantastic event, followed by a fantastic party that night.
And started by a fantastic
and 2
party.
days after a fantastic pre-party. But yes, thank you everyone for coming, and good night.
Cheers. Congratulations.
Thanks.